When I first met my girlfriend Gia, she asked me within 5 minutes if I understood Chinese. I panicked, and for some reason said no, even though I'd literally lived in Beijing for 3 years and spoke it fluently. But before I could correct myself, she looked relieved. Perfect, she said. My last boyfriend was Chinese, and he'd get way too involved in my family drama. I need someone who can just smile and nod at dinners. So I gulped, smiled, and nodded. And by the end of that date, I decided I'd just keep the lie going and cross that bridge when I got to it. Then came my first family dinner. Her grandmother looked at me and said, in Mandarin, "This one looks like he sells phone cases at a mall kiosk." Her mother responded, "At least phone case boys have ambition. This one looks like he gave up." Gia squeezed my hand and whispered, "They're saying you have kind eyes." On the drive home, I almost told her. The words were right there. But then she said, "I'm so glad you can't understand them. They can be so embarrassing." And I thought, maybe she's protecting me. Maybe if I just wait it out, it'll warm up. It did not warm up. Her uncle called me the human participation trophy. Her aunt asked if my parents were professionally disappointed in me. Her grandfather once spent an entire dinner explaining why my face was geometrically unfortunate. And every single time, Gia would listen, sometimes laugh, then turn to me with a fake translation. "They love your shirt. Granddad wants your workout routine." Meanwhile, Granddad had just told me his friends in the ground have more muscle than me. Then one day, Gia found my old journal while cleaning out a closet. It was entirely in Mandarin, from when I was writing poems to learn the language. "What is this?" she asked, her face going white. "It's my old roommate's," I said. "He left it when he moved out." "Your roommate wrote poetry?" He was emotional. Her eyes narrowed, but she let it go. At least I thought she did. Because then the tests began. She'd play Mandarin pop songs during dinner, watching my face for any reaction. She'd leave Chinese newspapers on the coffee table to see if my eyes tracked the headlines. She asked me to read a fortune cookie slip out loud, and I pronounced it like a drunk tourist. And I realized she wasn't just suspicious, she was terrified. Because if I understood Mandarin, it meant I'd heard everything. Every insult from her family, every fake translation she'd fed me. Then came the trip to meet my parents. We drove 6 hours to my hometown, and everything was going perfectly. My parents loved Gia. We were all sitting at dinner when Gia mentioned she wished I could understand her family better. "Oh, but he should be able to," my mom said brightly. "He lived in Beijing for 3 years. His Mandarin is rusty," my dad shouted over her, knocking over his water glass. "Very rusty. He barely remembers a word." My mom looked confused. "What?" "No, he was fluent. He used to translate for us when we visited." My dad yelled, "Lots of Chinese restaurants there. He'd read the menus, just the menus." And my mom stared at him like he'd lost his mind and said, "What are you talking about? He won that translation competition." And my dad kicked her under the table. And the room went completely silent. I stared at my plate. Gia stared at me, then at my mother, then back at me. Translation competition. My mother had just blown 3 years of perfect cover in under 30 seconds. Gia's face cycled through about 15 emotions. Confusion. Realization. Horror. She was replaying every dinner, every insult, every fake translation. "How long?" she said. "The whole time," I admitted. She didn't say another word for the rest of dinner, or the entire 6-hour drive home. And when we finally pulled into our apartment complex, she turned to me and said, "Just so you know, I told my grandmother you could never satisfy me anyway." Then she got out of the car, slammed the door, and I never saw her again.